Richard Arrington, Member of Parliament from Watford, is Secretary of Part8 Kashmir Group, and I think he will brief us how the Kashmir Group is, but Hans wanted to say...
if you're in a rush to go, Richard...
Well, I am. That's why I asked...
Yeah, on you go.
Well, first of all, I'd like to apologise that I can only be here for 20 minutes. But that's because there is a bill committee, which my good friend Anas will say we have to attend, otherwise we get into trouble. But I thought, sir, I would like to just say a few words, because my experience in Parliament, which, like my friend Anas, is only 6 months, but I've learned quite a lot about Kashmir and the Kashmiri case. And I'm afraid to say, I think it's very disorganised, very jumbled, and everyone just sits at these meetings and complains about the same thing, which is the cause in the first place, the human rights issue, the self-determination issue and everything like that. Whether it's this meeting or the all-party group, of which, as you say, I'm secretary, frankly, it's completely the same. And if we as parliamentarians who support the Kashmiri cause are to do anything, I believe we've got to have a very simple message for government. Now, some of my constituents in Watford came to see me, in fact, over the summer, and one of the gentlemen's actually here, but we had a discussion where I said exactly what I've just said now. We came out with 4 things for Lord Nazir, and I sent him an email. Very simple things. 1, get the Indian High Commissioner here to ask his opinion. People do come to parliamentary committees, and if he didn't come, we would publicise the shame of him not coming. 2, get the minister here that was responsible, who is Alistair Burt, a very fine man with cross-party respect. I don't think this is a political issue. I think Alistair would be very pleased to come. And the other 2 things were, 3, to organise some proper press campaign. The press won't come to, well, except for your own press, won't come to big conferences like this that go on for hours with people repeating the same thing. But to get interested press to come to those 2 events, or at least a statement from the committee, from the parliamentary committee. But 4thly, and I feel is the most significant thing, although you might feel it's not the right thing for me to say this as an outsider, but I really believe the Kashmiri community has got to get its act together. You've got far more numbers than many other communities in this country. For example, than the Jewish community or others, who are real minorities. You've got in many constituencies big numbers. You must use it. But for parliamentarians, we're all simple people with a lot of things on our plate. I mean, I know Anas, because we're on the International Development Committee together, and then we do this and that. We're doing things all the time. We're the classic jack of all trades, master of none. So we need a clear direction from the community, a few things, a few small points, which we're to campaign on. We cannot come, I mean, the way our system works, we can't come to meetings for 4 hours and then talk generally and then go to a dinner where everyone says the same thing again and again. It's not that we're not interested, and it's not that we're not committed, but it just doesn't work like that. So I would ask people here, representing a lot of the senior people in the Kashmiri community, you can tell me to mind my own business because I am an outsider, but I want to try and help. I believe in the cause. I've met enough decent and honest people in my constituency. But it's got to be channeled, and it's for the community to tell us clearly what you want us to do. And if there's a meeting for parliamentarians, I'm sorry, you have to do what Conservative Friends of Israel do, what Conservative Middle Eastern Council do, what Palestinian Solidarity, all the groups, they have half-hour meetings. People come to them, they might have a sandwich or a coffee or something, but it's clearly about one thing. And then I think there'd be a lot more real support, and the efforts and muscles and brain power of all the community sort of comes together and pushes in one direction. But that's not for us to sort out, we just don't have the time to do it. So I hope you don't think I've been impertinent, because I mean it with the correct, at least, intention.
But when you say you are outsider, we don't consider you outsider.
Well, thank you.
Because when we have elected you as a member of parliament with our own votes and with our support, we think that you are from us and we are from you.
Well, thank you.
So that's one thing. Secondly, I will clarify a couple of things before to move to Hans. We have invited for this conference to every single Kashmiri organization, head of the organization, spoken to them personally. Some of them couldn't make it because of the weather. There is disunity amongst us. We have been asked by parliamentarians that there is no women involved, there is no well-educated people involved, there is no that group, and this group. And we have done 80% of that. We have established in the last 6 months a group of women, a group of professionals, a group of youth. Now we have got a religious group as well amongst our religious leaders. And similarly, we will be giving you the one issue only in the next meeting. The reason we've been holding these long and lengthy meetings for 4 hours or 3 hours, it is difficult for us as well as an organization to request. Most of the MPs all the time have been requesting to Craig, Julie, a lot of others, 2 members of parliament who couldn't make up to now. They will come late. Philip Davis and Andrew Stevenson who booked the rooms. But what we will have, clear picture, we will have another session over here. Now we will discussion about this. As long as Indian Pakistani High Commissioner, we have got representation from the Pakistani High Commission. We have invited High Commissioner promised and apology this morning about 11 o'clock that Deputy High Commissioner will attend. We have invited Indian High Commissioner, no response at all. We have got a meeting in our European Parliament in Brussels, and we have invited both ambassadors, India and Pakistan, as long as our organization is concerned. When it comes to our party's Kashmir group, unfortunately, we are disunited, but same thing, as a secretary, Vice Chairman is not here, he has accepted an invitation, he will join us, and Griffin, and Steve Baker as well. Lord Ahmed was the first one who made a speech. I requested and asked him as well that what is our party Kashmir group doing? Nothing. So it's not Kashmiri only. Unfortunately, because of our cause is
cause is same.
No, it's not a Kashmiri organization only. Our friends are lazy with us, like us as well. So we are all lazy, but we are all supportive and committed. So things will be better. When we had this previous government, we used to have elevator friends of Kashmir. We've been meeting regularly. I was secretary for that, so I was sending every day, those days, faxes, not emails. And like you've been receiving emails from me, I think every day.
I know lots of people try very hard, but
so,
it isn't all channeled in the right direction.
So we will try our best. Now I would like to request Ans to say.
Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'll start with a message of peace. Assalamu alaikum. I too was not expecting to come and speak, so I promise I will keep it brief. But I want to start by just picking up on what Richard was saying, and actually I agree with him. And I think the response shouldn't be defensive to what Richard says. It should actually be taken on board as constructive criticism, because I serve with Richard on the International Development Select Committee, as he's quite rightly said, and there's people from all political parties who genuinely, passionately and sincerely care about this issue. Genuinely care. I know Richard cares, he's a Conservative Member of Parliament. As a Labour Member of Parliament, I have no hesitation at all in saying that Richard and other Conservative Members of Parliament, Liberal Democrat Members of Parliament, Members of the House of Lords, genuinely, sincerely and passionately care about the people of Kashmir, the conflict in Kashmir, and they genuinely want self-determination of the people of Kashmir. So the advice that they give should be taken on board as a constructive criticism, because he's absolutely right. I mean, me as a parliamentarian, I'm sure Richard has it, and other parliamentarians who have all been in the same situation, we get campaign postcards, emails, phone calls, you name it, from A to Z of all kinds of campaigns, and people are more organised in other campaigns. For example, the Hunting Act. I mean, the number of cards I get about the Hunting Act and fox hunting. Who cares about fox hunting in the broader public? Very few people. I would actually say people are more passionate about the Kashmiri conflict than they are about the fox hunting. But they're more organised. They know what they're doing. They know what their focus is. They know what their key message is, and they're organised. They know how to plug in, harass and harangue the members of Parliament. And that's what we need this cause to do, because it's too important a cause just to let go in talking and having meetings and events. Because just what Richard said today, the number of parliamentarians that have come and said to me, who are not Muslim parliamentarians, not Pakistani parliamentarians, not Kashmiri, not Indian parliamentarians, who've actually come and said, we go to all these events in our constituencies, we have a significant Kashmiri population, or we have a significant Pakistani population, and what we do is we always seem to go every 2 or 3 months to a dinner. We'll sit for 3 hours, we'll hear 12 speeches, and then we'll hear about all the bad things that we need to sort. But when I leave that meeting, I never know what I'm meant to do with that information. I don't know what I'm meant to do with it. I don't know how I'm meant to use and collate all that energy, all that information of all those people, and actually make a difference for the people that actually matters for. And that's what people like you have got to help us do, because we are sincere with the cause. And sadly, people do see the cause of Kashmir as a frozen conflict. They don't see it as being up there with the same level as the Palestinian conflict or in Sudan or anywhere else. But this cause is just as important as those causes are, because there are innocent men, women and children losing their lives and not having justice, not having peace, not having freedom, not being able to live without fear every single day of every week. And it's incumbent on all of us to work together to make sure we're doing something about it. The APBG is one route of doing that, but in all honesty, it's not the only route. We need more than just the APBG. We need more than just parliamentarians. We need people on the ground. We need people on the computers, people on the internet, people on emails, postcards. We need all that kind of stuff. We need a media strategy. At the moment, anything that happens in Kashmir is ignored by the media. Absolutely ignored by the media. Not by the Asian media. Obviously they cover it. They do a great job in doing that. But we actually need the mainstream media in this country to recognise that there is such a thing as a Kashmir conflict. If you speak to most of the people out in the streets who don't follow politics, they will think everything is hunky-dory in Asia and the only problem is in Afghanistan. They will not know, they'll think everything between, there's problems in Pakistan with terrorism, will tell you there's things happening in the mountains that are terrible, there's things happening in Afghanistan, but you ask them about the conflict between Pakistan and India with regards to Kashmir, people will say, has that not been sorted yet? Is that still ongoing? It's a frozen conflict that people don't actually recognise is still happening. And we as the people who care about that issue have got to make sure we're telling people through the sources that are available to us so we can all campaign together and get a peaceful resolution for the people of Kashmir. That's what we all want. That's what we're all here for. That's what we're all spending our time here for. And people like Richard, people like other parliamentarians, we need to work with them and make sure we get the right result for the people of Kashmir.
Thank you very much.